audience.
Masood back.
Hey, three
So
football
Back
audience.
again.
Oh, here we go.
I
CJ
missed
back.
Hey,
missed y'all, but the third founding member has returned. So I'm ready
let's
to kick it off.
go.
Let's go, man.
Happy
Let's
Thanksgiving
go.
to
Happy
It's
everyone.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Eat your
Thanksgiving.
turkey. I hate
Yeah, eat
turkey.
your
Eat a
turkey,
lot.
those mashed potatoes, that mac and cheese, all that
watch
stuff, you know.
football. You know,
Yeah, watch that football, go to the food coma, all that good stuff, man.
Right, that's right. All right. Well, I mean, I'll go real quick. I was 10-4 week 12. The Bills, the Eagles, the Carolina Panthers, and still don't even remember. And the Saints. They all let me down. I risked it with the Saints pick. It bit me. It bit me definitely. Overall, 110-68. That's my overall record. Pass along, Rock. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, I went 11-3. I looked like a genius picking the Cowboys last week. It's probably why we're not tied at 10-4. Other than that, my total record's 115-63. But the biggest thing I need to know, CJ, man, I need an update. Who's in first place
man.
out of the three of us, man? I need an update.
There's been a lot going on. Give me till next week to give you the whole total,
Next week,
man.
man. Are you gonna be here next week, man? Sure.
Yeah, I had a family situation, man. So I had to pack out my studio, and all my papers got shoved somewhere, including the one for last week. So you
Including the
know,
Yeah.
one. I got
give me
you.
till
All right,
next
man.
week
Yeah,
CJ's like 160 and
to
like
get an
12.
update.
It's all good,
yeah.
man.
Perfect,
160 and
perfect
12.
season. I haven't got
You're
a
one
single one wrong.
one game ahead.
All right,
I'll
well,
be I'll be
let's
losing. It hasn't been good.
crazy.
Get into
All
this
right,
game, man.
well,
Let's get into this week.
let's get in this matchup, man. It's
Yeah.
7-3 and one Green Bay versus 7-4 Detroit. In Detroit, this is a huge matchup. Huge, huge. This is for the North. This is to maybe get to first. It's wide open right now. Green Bay, they got some questionable guys. Keyshawn Nixon, corner. Matthew Golden, Quay, they're kind of banged up. We'll see if they play. Other side, Detroit, their injuries a little bit massive for me because they got center Glasgow who's out. Kirby Joseph's going to be out. Khalif Raymond is going to be out, who's also a return man for them. And their whole line's banged up. So we'll see how that goes for them and what they do. Green Bay wise, defense, fourth in total yards allowed, fifth in passing yards allowed, sixth in rushing yards allowed. They're right there. They got a really good third down offense. They're first in the league actually in percentage wise, and they beat Minnesota with their time possession 37 minutes and 15 seconds. They got to McCarthy 5 times. That'll win you ball games. Detroit on the other side, they got outclassed by New York. They led Jameis Winston, got him for 517 total yards. That wasn't all Jameis, but the offense was there. They obviously ran the ball with Jameer Gibbs at the proper time. They won the game. A dub's a dub. I get it. Overall, I'm going Green Bay 21, Detroit 18. Give me the Packers. Rock, go ahead.
Yeah, man, we're disagreeing. I'm taking the Lions. A, because if you can't stop Jameer Gibbs, they're gonna kill you. They're gonna run that score up on you. Uh, Once again, put down that little toy, man. Ain't no one gonna see that thing. Put down that thing, man.
Hey, you're a
uh,
Ravens fan. Get that out of here.
yeah. You're a Ravens fan. What are you doing with that, anyways? Other than that, I got Detroit winning 30-24. Reason why their second in points per game was 29.6. Green Bay's 15th was 23.9. Uh, Passing yards, Detroit is 10th with 252. Green Bay 16th was 233.9. If you want to get down to the exact details, uh, Russian, Detroit's third with 139.8, while Green Bay 16th, middle of the pack with 116.5. For sacks, Green Bay is exactly number 10 with 29, while Detroit's 8th with 32. For interceptions, Green Bay is 22nd with 6 of them, and Detroit is 13th with 9 of them. So, just stat wise, offensively, and more, of the fun defensive stats, I'm taking Detroit. They're still doing pretty good with how banged up they are. And one last tidbit for y'all: there's a notification today that their longtime great center Frank Ragnow is coming out of retirement for them. He's gonna come play. He might not be, football ready, taking a couple of years off, but you know, so it's probably more of a long term than a short term thing for him. But expect a great center play to come back. For us old linemen, it's exciting to see. But CJ, take it away, man. Finish this one up for us.
Hey, thanks, man. I was definitely excited to bring that up. That was going to be the first thing, so I'm glad
Yeah,
you did, man. Yeah,
let's
Frank Ragnow
go.
coming back could be a big deal. I'm hoping
Yeah,
they just throw him out there. Like he can.
yeah.
It's like
Find
he
something.
plays center. How much does he have to work on? Like
Yeah.
snap that thing. Just like new. So, anyways, yeah, my final score. I got to agree with Rock. I'm also going Detroit. I
Yeah.
think it'll be a semi-high scoring game, but I think Detroit is going to get a few turnovers and probably win in that margin. And I overall just believe in their weapons more, their offensive line, even though both teams have a more than competent offensive lines. I got to go Detroit 27, Green Bay 21.
Yeah. He's lone wolfing today. He's lone wolfing.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
So,
Let's move
Let's
on
move
to the
on.
next one, though.
right, we're back. I'm in this matchup, as Rock was mentioning to me off screen, uh, I think this is going to be one of the more exciting ones. Cowboys, coming off a big win against the Eagles, they're going to look to stay hot. Kansas City, is no slouch. Uh, I was actually really surprised to see Travis Kelsey ranked second in fantasy points. So I really, even with all that being said, I got to go with the Cowboys. I I'm
Hey.
taking the hot team right now. I think Dak, his ability to play in garbage time is something of legend. So I think they'll be able to be in the game no matter what. So hopefully this doesn't bite me. But go ahead and take it away, Deegs. Oh, final score
Yeah,
on that. My bad. I'm rusty. Final score on that. I'm gonna go 27-24. Cowboys winning that thing. Take it away, Deegs.
yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna have to agree with you 100%. I definitely got the Cowboys. I do wanna pay homage to Jerry Jones because I thought he was a complete idiot. Now I look at this D line, I'm like, you guys got depth. You got like three D tackles. You got like four DNs. You plug them in. They want to take a playoff because they're tired. Cool. Let's set the other guy in there. Like you, honestly, they've been doing really well. The trades have been great. Their run defense has been a lot better, back to back under 100 rushing yards. Like, so they're doing something. Dak's playing great ball for sure this year. And overall, they're in Dallas. It's Thanksgiving time. They've had their upsets there. And Kansas City, I mean, they were definitely one or two plays away from not being 6-5, but being 5-6, and definitely the end of an era there. So overall, good on them for fighting and whatnot. But when it comes down to it, man, I really trust in the fact that this Dallas defense is better, and I think that they're just more hungry. They had a great win against Philadelphia, so I got Dallas 24-21. Rock, go ahead.
Hey, man. We're all taking the Cowgirls this week, man. We all wanted some Texas, big Texas this week. Because,
Hey man, at least if we lose together.
right, exactly. I got Dallas winning 29-25. Uh, I'm bitter about the Pickens trade because I think he's one of two wide receivers with 1,000 yards on the season already. The other one being JSN, Collins' boy, CJ's boy, over in Seattle. But Dallas is fourth in points per games was 29.1, while Kansas City's 10th was 25.2. Passing yards, Kansas City's fourth was 270.6, while Dallas's third was 276.4. It's about 6 yards a game difference passing between these two teams. Uh, for rushing, Dallas is 13th with 120.5, while Kansas City is 15th with 118.3, which is crazy to me because they've been without Pacheco. It's mostly been Mahomes and like Mahomes 50% and Kareem Hunt the other 50, which is crazy to me. As far as sacks go, Dallas is 17th was 25, while Kansas City's 23rd was 22. And for picks, Kansas City's also 23rd with six of them, and Dallas is 25th with five of them. So pretty similar teams, at least offensively and like fun defensive stats. But I just like the explosiveness of Dallas more. Both these teams caught their way to a comeback win in OT, which is also crazy. So I think this is going to be a most explosive game of Thanksgiving. So let's get on to this last Thanksgiving game.
Okay, the Thanksgiving night game. It's the 3-8 Cincinnati Bengals. It's the 6-5 Baltimore Ravens. We're on a hot streak. We were 1-5. We're 6-5 now. We can still win the North. That's crazy. We're trying to figure out what we're gonna do. So let's get into it first. Let me go to the team that I hate, the Bengals. Let's go to that. They don't have T Higgins. They don't have Trey Hendrickson. They don't have Cam Taylor Britt. They're still feisty. They almost beat the Pats last week. Obviously, I underestimated them because Rock and our special guest was like, "Nah, man, it's gonna be close." I was like, "No, it's not." And then I was like, "Damn, you're right. What am I even talking about? I don't know anything about football, man." The thing is they're just so bad on defense that I just didn't expect that. Obviously, it's gonna be a AFC North clash, so it's gonna be extremely physical. It's gonna be extremely, it's gonna be good football and bad football at the same time. Joe Burrow might be coming back. Big news for them. Obviously, Jamar Chase not suspended anymore. Hopefully, he spits on people. Keep spitting on people, Jamar. Um, the corners, honestly, the corners for Cincinnati have been really good. DJ Turner, this man has 15 pass deflections this year, so he's getting active. Daxton Hill has got 68 tackles as a corner. So give him credit with that. And they have allowed less than 400 total yards when they played Pittsburgh and New England. So that there's a plus for them. Baltimore wise, Kyle Hamilton, kind of questionable. I'm sure he'll play, but again, injuries. I'm always worried because we've been injured a lot. Travis Jones, he's also questionable. Rashad Bateman, he's also questionable. Rashad Bateman, low key, is pretty important to our offense. Our receiving core is honestly weak, so if I lose Rashad Bateman, that might be an issue for sure. I mean, looking at it, we're still killing it with the run, 4.4 yards per carry a game. We're still giving Derrick Henry the ball when we can. Lamar's obviously not running it as much, which I feel like this might be a game where he's going to have to use his legs a little more. Because honestly, Lamar has had zero passing touchdowns in back-to-back games. He's looked pretty rusty against the Browns and the Jets, and that's not what you want, especially now when it's December time and you're fighting for playoffs. And we have Pittsburgh twice pretty soon. We also have New England. Like it's kind of scary territory with that. But I expect them. I expect Lamar to kind of get back to his own game. They need to be better on offense on third down. They are 8 for 24 on offense in the past 2 games, dude. 8 for 24. That is atrocious. It's not something we want, but we still have been making sure that teams are not scoring more than 20 points in the past 5 games. So our defense is right on point. It's getting there. Obviously, I'm rolling with my team. I'm not picking the Bungles. I'm picking the Ravens 26-21. I think we take it 7-5. That's my pick. CJ, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Burrow is slated to start actually, which you know, I'm sure he wants to play, but I'm sure a lot of people are talking about that decision, and if that will matter, in Burrow's future, just throwing him out there in a season that may be done with already. But that made me want to consider taking the Bengals, but I'm gonna have to agree, man. Uh, Even though Lamar's been struggling, I'm still gonna take Baltimore in a 24-21 victory. I think the Bengals are gonna fight, but of course their defense, I believe, will make Baltimore look a little more complete. As far as Lamar's game goes. Yeah, go ahead and take it away, Rock.
Yeah, I'm gonna disagree with y'all. I got Joe Shiesty, Joe
Yes,
Burrow coming
sir.
in, dialing them up with Jamar
I
Chase.
I
They're
respect
gonna
you
be
for picking
hugging
it.
loogies on everybody. I got winning 25-22. Reason why? They're gonna sell Joe Burrow this week if he's healthy. He wants to play. And as far as I've been watching football, the Bungles have been the pettiest freaking team I've ever seen. They will play spoiler if their season is done. They do not care. They play what's hate in their hearts. They are petty. They are going to do what they can to ruin people's seasons. I've seen them do it. I have seen linebackers on their team destroy top players on other people and purposely injure them so those players would not go on further in playoffs. This is a petty team. They hate the Ravens. They're going to play them tough. And plus, I don't need to see the Ravens win. So, Bungles. Other than that, I'm not going to get too point scory with it. I'll just, Ravens are 11th, 25 points a game. Bengals are 20th with 22.5. Uh, the Bengals are actually 11th in interceptions this year with 9 of them. The Ravens are 17th with 7. Bengals are top 5 and not Bengals, excuse me. Ravens are top 5 in rushing. Bengals are 30th. But yeah, it's all the scores and points say that the Ravens should win this, but I'm picking the Bengals. Anyways, let's move on. All right, guys, we got the 8-3 bowl here between the Chicago Bears and the Philadelphia Eagles. Um, you know, I'm going with the Bears this weekend. A lot of people would probably pick the Eagles. I'm not. Saquon's has got as many negative rushing attempts as Ashton Jetney on the Raiders do. The Eagles just seem like they don't like each other on offense. The chemistry's not there. Everyone's yelling at each other. Sure, their defense is playing fine. They're playing, they're figuring out because they're still young. But the defense seems to get along and do their jobs right. But when it comes to offense, it's just like they don't like each other. They don't play well. Points per games rankings. The Bears are actually eight right now was 26.3, while the Eagles are 18th was 23.2. Passing yards, the Bears are 13th with 237.9, while the Eagles are 24th with 207. Rushing yards, the Bears are second with 142, while the Eagles are 21st with 110. For sacks, the Bears are 21st with 23, while the Eagles are 24th with 22. And for interceptions, the Bears are still in first place with 16, while the Eagles are in 20th with 7. So my final score, Chicago 26-23. It's going to be a close defensive game. CJ, what you think, man?
Yeah, man, I gotta disagree. I gotta go with the Eagles, man. I think they're gonna want to bounce back. I think we all know they're gonna want to fight for that number one seed once again. So, um, yeah, I got them taking it in a tough game as well. Almost the reverse of your score. I'm going 27-24 Eagles. I think they're going to pull it out. I think AJ Brown will actually be able to have a good game, possibly one of his biggest of the season. I'm hoping for the sake of my pick. But anyways, take it away, Deeks.
Yeah, I mean, really quickly, the what Rock was saying with Saquon. Yeah, dude, he's only had one game with 100 rushing yards, dude. He averages 3.7 yards per carry. That's weird. That's terrible, especially for me because I picked him in fantasy and he's been disappointing. Yeah, overall, I mean, they do have a couple key injuries. Lane Johnson, will he come back? And their safety, who leads the interceptions, leads the team with interceptions with 2. Makuba, he's out. Definitely they're figuring out. I know that they're kind of a weird team to predict, and it's like a part of me is like I really want to pick the Bears just because of their offense and them being extremely entertaining. Also, their ball hawks. I mean, you're looking at Byard. He's got 5 interceptions this year. What about
Yeah, got it, man.
Nashawn Wright? This man has 5 picks. This man is one-handed catching, in the end zone. Like, oh, actually, no, thank you. You ain't getting that passing touchdown. So, like, just saying, it might happen a couple of times to Jalen. I feel like he only has 1 pick he's thrown all year. I think he might get maybe 2 interceptions today, like this game, because they ball hawks. But yeah, I think Philadelphia. They're in Philly. It's a Black Friday game. I know it really don't matter like that, but it's just a weird schedule. And they lost to Dallas. So, I mean, they'd probably be extremely angry right now. So, I got them winning 21-17. I think it's a little bit more defensive. I think the Bears get disrespected on defense, but I think they're trying to figure it out. But yeah, the Eagles 21-17. Let's move on.
I got one more thing to say.
Yeah.
Whoever wins this game is about to be tied with the Rams for first place in the NFC West, or not the
Mm,
West, in the NFC. Who
mm.
would have thought the Bears but have a chance to be the first seed in the NFC this year.
No
Just
one.
got to put it out there. Who would have thought the Bears have a chance to be the first seed in the NFC?
Yeah.
All I'm saying, we can
Hey,
move on.
somebody bet money on it.
Somebody bet money on it. Some Chicago fans
That's
said
for
it
sure.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, guys, just one time.
just one time. You guys pull this
Respect.
off. I got a new mansion out of Chicago.
All right. For real.
All right, let's do this, guys.
Okay, the 9-2 LA Rams visit the 6-6 Carolina Panthers. Panthers are doing a lot better than expected, but they sold me. Sold me against the Niners. Let's look at the Rams real quick. I can go on forever about how amazing this team is. They got every stat that's top 10 that you can imagine, from total yards allowed, from total yards, from forced fumbles, passing yards, passing touchdowns, da 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 da. Look, man, they are a team that is extremely talented. They're a team that is looking like they can go extremely deep, and they're playing a team that doesn't even have a guard. Like let's be real, Carolina's got they're up to their fourth string guard. Like Bryce Young is great maybe once in a blue moon. Like he's not that guy. Mulrig, he got suspended one game for I don't know what he did to Jennings or
Wow.
something. He punched him,
Punch
yeah.
somebody in the nuts. Nuts
That'll do
ball.
uh,
it.
On the nuts.
J.C. Horn has been balling, but he might be out because of a concussion. And Dowdle's run game has gone downhill. So overall, I don't need to speak too much about this. I got the Rams winning 28-14. I don't think Carolina's got a chance. I think they had their moment last week. They blew it. So I'm not picking them this week, especially not against the Rams. CJ, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the Panthers lose, often uh, a lot due to Bryce Young's inefficiencies, like and him sort of being inconsistent, as the season goes on, some of those losses you look back on, like yeah, even last week, they really should have had a chance, but he started throwing it away when the defense gave him, multiple turnovers. So as much as it pains me to say it, I
Love
think this is about to
that.
be some certified
Yay.
BTA. All right. Anyways, the joke's not funny, but got to go with the Rams, man. Stafford's playing, pretty much at an MVP level, as good as he ever has. So, um, I'm glad his back doesn't hurt, but you know, man, they barely beat the Seahawks. That was one of my losses in the previous weeks. So, that one still stings, but hoping we can get him that second time. Puka Nakua, even though he's a total target monster, I got to mention the fact he's significantly behind JSN in yards. So JSN can ball a little bit. Just wanted to throw that out there. Just because
And
it's
he's
the
missed a
Rams,
couple of
but
games. Shanahan hasn't. He's missed a couple of games.
yeah, right. And the Rams defense has been really impressive. Both running backs, they've started to use Blake Corum more. And, I feel like the 1-2 combo with him and Kyron has been really efficient. The Rams will line up with two tight ends, three tight ends, and run the same play over and over and switch sides just because people can't stop it. They believe in their physicality up front. Their line on the offense is really overperformed. And, their good drafts have really set them up this year. I believe the Rams are the best team in the NFL right now. So, yeah, I think this is going to be a certified BTA moment for the Panthers. I'm scared for Bryce Young, with those guys that are going to be coming at him. So I got my final score with the Rams 34 and the Panthers 10. Take it away,
Yeah.
Rock. Finish us off.
Hey man, I gotta go find my belt too because I think the exact same thing, man.
All
I
right, I'll
got it
grab
just
it
a
again.
little bit closer. I got it a 10-point game for the Rams winning 28-18. The Rams are pretty much top 10 in everything, as Deeks was saying, except for rushing yards a game. They're 22nd with 110. So if they had to improve somewhere, probably running the ball a little bit more, even though they don't have to with that really potent passing attack. Um, Flip side, Carolina is only really good at running the ball. The 30th in sacks. Uh, they're right number 6 in the league for picks with 10 of them, so they can ball hawk a little bit. But if they got some defensive injuries, especially with Morik out for punching people in the privates for no reason, and then J.C. Horn with a concussion, I could see that not really playing too much of a factor when they're going to need their DBs for this game because Nakua and Devontae Adams are going to eat. They are going to eat. And that's all I really got to say about this. 28-18 Rams. Let's move on.
All right, y'all. This is one of my least anticipated matchups, even though my only hopes watching it is that the 49ers can lose so the Seahawks can, you know, get a little bit away from them in that fight with the Rams at the top spot. But with that being said, I think the Niners have shown, that they're well coached and their players, seem to not age. So they're all healthy right now, and getting Brock Purdy back. I know a lot of people were talking about Mac Jones, and there being some sort of QB controversy, but I think Brock Purdy is your guy. He's able to use his legs a lot more, and yeah, once he gets back in the swing of things, he won't have to rely on his team as much. But my final score on this one is going to be 19-17. uh, I expect, Cleveland with their rushing attack to slam a touchdown or two in with Judkins, who's shown to be a pretty decent rookie. But, Cleveland's defense, I expect to fight. That's why the lower score overall. But, offensively, I uh, I think Salah is really going to have something for Shadur. And, you know, I'm excited to see Shadur have, another chance to prove himself. So, yeah, go ahead and take it away, Deeks.
Yeah, I mean, resiliency. That's the huge Niner thing, man. This is the motto for them. Next man up. That's been a thing all year, as they have another DN injury where they're probably gonna have to start Cleveland Farrell, man. Like so, they keep falling like dominoes. They keep winning ball games. Purdy had an ugly 3 interception game. Didn't matter. They won that game, and they're getting McCaffrey involved. So they're winning games. They're getting McCaffrey involved, and that's the biggest key. Cleveland, I mean, they are scary on defense, dude. They are scary on defense. Miles Garrett probably gonna break Michael Strahan's record. This man's got like 18 sacks or something, and there's like what 4 weeks, 5 weeks left, so it's probably gonna get broken. Um, yeah, they're really good on defense. Offensively, yeah, they're obviously struggling. They're obviously figuring out what to do. I mean, they were rolling with Flacco to Gabriel to now Shadur. So, which is good. It's good to get him involved. Obviously, they should probably get Judkins involved a little more because he only had 47 rushing yards last week. Um, I'm actually going to go with the Browns. I'm gonna go with the
Ooh.
Browns. I'm gonna say that Shadur Sanders maybe doesn't have a great game, but I feel like at the end of the day, I think the Browns will win this 23-20, and it'll bite me, but I'm gonna do it. Rock, go ahead.
Yeah, I think this is going to be one where you have to mark another one in that L column for you, man. I'm going to choose the Niners, 23-17. Niners are ninth in points per game with 23.4. The Browns are 29th with 16.9. Niners are second in passing yards with 260.8, where the Browns are 31st with 182. Rushing yards, the Niners are 23rd with 99.2. The Browns are 28th with 94.9. For sacks, the Niners are dead last with 13. Browns are second with 42. About half of those are to Miles Garrett. So, um, for interceptions, the Niners are 27th with five. The Browns are 12th with nine of them. Um, it just comes down to the offense of the Browns. If they can't do anything, if Shadur can't get it moving, that split backfield between Junkins and Sampson isn't doing anything, if they're not getting Harold Fannin more involved, splitting reps with Njoku, they just got a young offensive team. I think they're going to get there by next year. Hopefully, they just have a consistent quarterback play. That's what I think the Browns really need with this team. Like they got the pieces, they just don't have a consistent quarterback. Um, Other than that, though, Purdy didn't come off that three-pick game, but I just believe him and his weapons are more lethal than what the Browns could put up. Miles Garrett, as much as it pains me to say, he's probably going to have about 3 to 4 sacks again this game, but it's just not going to matter. We've seen how many games where he's had 3 to 5 sacks and they still lost by a lot. So I just don't think it's going to matter. He can break the records, but I don't think they're going to win. So let's move on. All right, guys, we got the 65 Houston Texans against the 8-3 Indianapolis Colts. Important game for the AFC South here. Texans managed to win it. The Colts are losing their grips, and then me calling them a fraud last week if they lost to the Chiefs was looking more and more true. Um, I don't think that's going to happen this week, though. I know Houston's defense is really good, but I just trust the more consistent of the Colts team altogether. I got them winning 31-22 from what I'm seeing points per game wise. Colts are number one, was 31 points a game. Texans are 22nd, was 22.1 points a game. So that's where my score kind of came from. Um, Colts are fifth in passing yards, 259, while the Texans are 15th with 234. Rushing yards, the Texans are 24th with 107. Colts are fourth with 138. For sacks, the Texans are sixth with 33, where the Colts are seventh with 33. So they're actually tied for total team sacks. For interceptions, the Texans are third with 12, and the Colts are fifth with 11. So pretty similar when it comes to the defensive fun stats. But I think the Colts are going to take it. I think they've run the South right now. Maybe I get proven wrong. I would like to see to get proven wrong because I always love a shake up in the playoff hunt, especially with the two top teams in the division. So, uh, 31 Colts, 22 Houston. Deegs, what you got, man?
Yeah. Well, Stroud, it looks like he might be back. Nico Collins is obviously there. They're giving Woody Marks, Nick Chubb. They're both kind of sharing the carries. Defense wise, we all know it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Will Anderson made Spencer Brown, that right tackle Buffalo, look like a 66 overall in Madden, and then their backup right tackle didn't have a chance. Um, and Daniil Hunter's quietly having a great sack season. So, on the Colts side, yeah, their offense is amazing. Jonathan Taylor again continues to prove and shine through it. 5.2 yards per carry. I think that's like league leading in terms of their offense. The unfortunate thing is they've had back to back under 200 passing yards from Daniel Jones. That is a worrisome thing for me. And they've allowed a little bit too much rushing yards, 100 plus. Probably not having to force Buckner definitely hurts them. Obviously, it's definitely showing. Um, 11 penalties last week on Indianapolis. It wasn't good. And their left tackle from the Colts, Raymond, he's given up 7 sacks. So this man is prone to doing that. I might be 1-12 at the end of this week, and it is okay. Whatever, I will take it because I'm gonna go with Houston. I'm gonna say 26-23. I don't think it's too crazy for me to pick Houston. It might be. I might look like an idiot. I'm already an idiot, but it's okay. I got Houston 26-23. I think they pull it out. Stroud coming back, I think, is big for him. CJ, close it out.
Yeah, man. I am gonna have to put my faith in Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes, uh, Indiana Jones, whatever you want to call him. But I expect the Colts to struggle a little bit against a good Texans defense. Like you said, their pass rush, on the edges in particular, have been really impressive, and they also have some great cornerbacks. Stingley, one of the best in the league. So, uh, but I think the Colts' weapons, Jonathan Taylor, a potential MVP candidate, as you said, I mean, 5.2 yards per carry is I'm going to give that guy the ball every time. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I expect them to rely on him if Daniel Jones struggles. But I think the Colts will be able to pull it off. My final score on that is 27-21.
Move on. Okay, we got a southern matchup right here. 2-9 New Orleans versus 4-7 Miami. Both these teams scrappy in a different way. So New Orleans, they're scrappy defensively almost every week. I think that they get a little bit they're 2-9, so like no one's really expecting them to do anything, but that they are a scrappy football team defensively. They're 12th in total yards allowed. They're sixth in forced fumbles. They're ninth in passing yards allowed, and they're ninth in opponent yards per carry. So it's not like they're not doing it. Offensively, Tyler Shuck, hey man, hey, it's been great knowing you. I'm glad that you wanted to play like a 1 year contract and like have your dream thing. Time to go to culinary school or something. He got sacked 5 times. He's god awful. I don't know what they're doing. They should have still had Rattler, but whatever. On the Miami side of things, I mean, they've been kind of turning it around. They're second in forced fumbles. They've had 5 turnovers that they've created in the past 2 games. They're obviously giving the ball to Achane because he got 120 rushing yards last week, and they keep giving him the ball, and they're going to have to just keep giving him the ball, man. That's the main focal point. Him, give Jalen Waddle a few catches. Cool, why not? Brooks is a tackling machine. So there's that. And yeah, I mean, the honestly, the biggest thing is get HM the ball. As long as you do that, that'll be fine. It's really easy for me. I got Miami winning this 23-17. I think they pull it out, and they are 5-7, where they were once like what, like 1-6 or something. Like they're doing all right now. No playoffs, probably not, but respectable. Rock, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm agreeing with you for once this week. I got Miami winning 21-15. Um, Once again, Saints, like you said, scrappy on defense. I also agree with Shud needed to go somewhere. Put back Rattle Man in there. Uh, One thing I don't like about Miami though is that they just rely on too much home run scoring. That's the thing that worries me about Miami. It's just like it's home run or nothing every time with them, and teams kind of stop them from getting home runs. I know they shut out the Bills the last time they played, pretty much, but that was like a trap game for the Bills. Getting into the points per games, the Saints are dead last with 15. Miami's 24th with 20. Passing yards, the Saints are 18th with 221, while Miami is 28th with 201. So they're not really great at passing, Miami. Uh, for rushing yards a game, the Saints are 29th with 91.5, while Miami is 19th with 112. For sacks, the Saints are 20th with 24, and Miami's 26th with 21. For interceptions, the Saints are 24th with 6, and Miami is 30th with 3 of them. So offensively, I like Miami more than the Saints. That's why they're winning 21-15. No one's watching this game. We got 16 games to choose from. No one's watching this one. CJ, take it away for us, man.
All right, man. I'm gonna have to agree with the both of you. Uh, Main reason being, I expect them to rely on HN. You know, you could almost start him if you could split the receiving side and the rushing side into two players and start either, at their positions. He's a really great receiving back. So I think finding ways to creatively get him the ball, and in space, let him do his thing will be really key. The Saints are no slouches, as you guys mentioned. You know, they might be have some older pieces in there, but believe me, those guys can still go. So I think the way Miami wins this, they're going to have to rely on HN. They're going to have to rely on Waddle, as you said. Uh, and overall, when it comes to Miami's defense, who's been playing pretty decent, uh, they really need to get pressure on rookie quarterback Tyler Show. So I think that'll be the key. So if you get him rattled, get him on the ground, and then he starts making some bad decisions, because Miami's consistency or inconsistency, I mean, in the past has really hampered them, so they're going to need some of those things to go their way. But my final score on that'll be 24-21. I think the Saints are going to fight it out, and it'll come to a last possession victory for whoever gets the ball.
All right, let's move on.
All right. Now we got the 4-7 Falcons and the 2-9 New York Jets. I'm gonna have to go. What did I say it wrong?
No,
No, you got it. You
no,
got
just
it,
this
Yeah,
man.
I
matchup
was
is
like,
so gross. This
look at
matchup is
that,
so
man. Yeah,
gross.
I was like, all right, all right.
Keep
Anyways,
going.
we leave it all in, but I believe the Falcons will be playing without Michael Penix. Sort of excited to see what Kirk can do. But I'm urged to take the Jets. I really wanted to all week. I was trying to talk myself into it, but I'm gonna have to stick with my gut. I think Kirk will come out at least for a game. When teams don't have as much tape on him. With that offense currently, and he might be able to do a little more than he will, especially against the Jets defense. So my final score on that is going to be 21-14 Atlanta. Go ahead and take that away, Deeks.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. Kirk Chain's coming in for the rest of the year. Billy Bowman, the nickel, he's gone. Drake London, he's doubtful. But the one positive side is they have a really young D line that likes to get after the QB, and the Jets have Tyrod Taylor, and that's that's rough. That's rough for Jets fans. Overall looking at it, I do enjoy some of what they are able to do in terms of that side of the football. Obviously, very inconsistent team that really, really, really pisses me off. But you know, at this week they're facing the Jets. The Jets still have no interceptions yet at all, so still waiting. And yeah, I mean, they are eighth and third down defense, I guess. So I can say that's cool for the Jets. But they're the second most in the league that has the fumbles lost. So they turn the ball over a lot, man, and it's the Jets. So I have the Falcons in this really really boring and gross game that I will not watch. But Falcons 20-13. Brock, go ahead.
Yeah, man, I'm lone wolf in this one. I'm taking the Jets. I love the way they played the Ravens last week. Atlantis is too inconsistent to me. I don't trust Kirk Chains, especially if he doesn't have Drake London coming in. One way I do see Atlanta winning if they just say, "Here, Bijan, this is you today on offense, and only you." Think their O line's pretty banged up too. Uh, for the Falcons. I, points per game. I know the Jets are like 27th with 19.9, but interesting fact, the Falcons are 26 with 19.9. So they're the same, but different. Um, for passing yards, the Falcons are 19th, but that was with Michael Penix, not Kirko. So that might go down. They had 221 yards on per game this year. The Jets are dead last with 169. That's a combination between Fields with his negative passing yard games and Tyrod Taylor. I honestly think Tyrod's better for the Jets because probably most of the Jets' fumbles has come from Fields, not even Brees Hall, but mostly from Fields. So he's out. We got somebody who can hold on to the ball a little bit better. Um, for rushing yards per game, Atlanta's 14th with 120. The Jets are actually eighth with 135. So if they hand the ball off to Brees Hall, this might be a Brees Hall versus Bijan Robinson game on offense. If I'm being 100% honest, which would honestly be interesting instead of two teams that's trying to throw the ball and not get anything done. Um, for total defensive sacks, as Deegs was mentioning with Atlanta's young defense, they're actually third in the league with 39, while the Jets are 28th with 19. For interceptions, Atlanta is ranked 10th with 9, and the Jets are dead last with 0, as Deegs mentioned. So I got this being a 1 point game. Atlanta's extra points getting blocked. I got 21-20 Jets. All right, guys, we got the 3-8 Arizona Cardinals against the 65 Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Um, I hope Baker plays. Otherwise, my pick's going to be wrong this week. That's all I'm going to say. Uh, I got Tampa winning 24-21. They were getting, as they lose their quarterback or at least have him doubtful, they get Bucky Irvin back. I think they're getting Chris Godwin back. So they're getting a little bit healthier while it's like 50-50. We get people healthy and we got people losing at the same time. Um, Probably boring you all with all the points per game stats and all that, but the Cardinals are 19th with 200 no, excuse me, 22.5 points per game, while the Tampa Bay Bucks are 16th with 23.5 points per game. So very close in the amount of points these teams score. Um, for passing yards, the Cardinals are 7th with 258.8, while the Bucks are 17th with 224.4. Rushing yards, Cardinals are 26th with 101, while the Bucks are 20th with 112. For sacks, the Cardinals are 22nd with 22. Bucks are 13th with 27. Then interceptions, the Cardinals are ninth with 9, and the Bucks are 8th with 10. So pretty similar teams, I would say. I mean, they're a little bit off passing yard wise, but rushing yards, they're about 11 points away or 11 rushing yards a game away from each other rushing wise. So they're kind of similar. I can very easily see Arizona winning this game as Baker is sitting out because of injury. But if he's playing, I got Tampa winning 24-21. CJ, what you think, man?
Man, I think I got to agree with you. I'm going to narrowly take the Bucks as well. You know, I almost want to hinge it on if Baker comes back or not. So,
Right,
uh,
right.
you know, assuming they might go without him, I'm still going to stick with the Bucks. You know, I believe in their young receiver talent. Uh, especially Emeka Ibuka, who's really shown, that he's probably going to develop into a number one at some point for them. So, excited to see what he does. But my final score on that one is just going to be 19-16. Um, I think it'll be a slop fest. Even though the Cardinals look way more efficient with Brissett under center. Uh, I still don't really believe in them. And I expect the defenses to really show through. Arizona has had a pretty stout defense. So I don't expect it to be easy, but I do think the Bucks will pull it out at the end. What are your thoughts on that, Deegs?
Yeah, I'm also going to agree with you guys on the Tampa Bay pick, which sucks because, again, I didn't know Baker's doubtful. So now I'm just super nervous about it. But I'm going to go down with the ship because I got the Bucks. Yeah, Arizona, their third and fourth fumbles created. So, yeah, like CJ was saying about their defense being stingy and whatnot and actually showing up. They are. They definitely are. At times. I think D tackle Walter Nolan that he will be out as well, so that's another thing to take notice at. Yeah, Brissett has honestly been great. He's been great under center, probably taking Kyler Murray's job, possibly. We'll see. But he got sacked 6 times last week. He's been sacked 24 times in 8 games. That's rough. For the Bucks, I honestly feel bad for them, just because like they're never healthy. They're actually getting healthy again. Now they got Baker. It's like that sucks. And I mean, we also had to take into account they had to play 3 tough games, man. They had to play New England, Buffalo, and then the Rams. Like it doesn't get any worse than that. Like you were 6-2 and now you're 6-5. Like it's crazy, but it is what it is. It's football. And then today, I mean, Bucky's probably going to be a little rusty, but I do believe that the defense of Tampa will be fine. The score, obviously, I thought it was going to be Baker playing, so I had 31-24. It could be lower for sure, but I'm going to stick with the score line, stick with my pick, and yeah, I'm ready to move on. All right. Oh,
Oh, you're
okay.
right.
All right, guys. I got the 7-4 Jacksonville Jaguars versus the 1-10 Tennessee Titans. So for Jacksonville, real quick, fourth in time possession per game, so they hold the ball a lot. They're still second in interceptions. They're 25th in passing yards allowed. They're actually first in rushing yards allowed, so good stuff there. They do have a 3.9 opponent yards per carry that they allow. Back to back, under 100 rushing yards they allowed, so that's a good thing. And they've also ran the ball a lot more with 100 plus rushing yards. They love to use ETN. Yeah, Trevor Lawrence, man. If anything, I could say the on target percentage is 68.1. Just wanted to let you guys know that Trevor Lawrence is not awesome. 14 touchdowns, 11 picks. It's not great. And then Tennessee, man. They're actually 10th in interceptions thrown, surprisingly. They're actually 12th in sacks, so that's also surprising. And they've had 3 straight games without allowing 250 passing yards. So, along with that, playing Seattle, they went 5 for 7 on fourth down versus Seattle. They definitely had 37 plus minutes on time of possession. Ward, though, if you want to see some depressing ass stuff right here, he got sacked 45 times this year. He's gotten pressured 120 times, and with all that, his target percentage is 72.3%. So obviously he's not the problem. It's just he just needs help. Um, I don't trust Jacksonville. I know, like I said, this is a terrible pick for me. I just feel like it's going to be a trap game. I feel like for some reason, I have the Titans winning by 1 point, 21-20. That's what I got. CJ, go ahead. I know I'm the only one that's going to pick the Titans, though. Go ahead.
All right, man. I'm gonna start off with the Jaguars, man. As you said, their defense has been really great this year. They were taking the ball away a lot, even though they lost their pick and Travis Hunter, who is playing especially good on the defensive side of the ball. But yeah, I got to agree with you as well. Cam Ward really showed that he can do a lot, make a lot of plays with his legs. Um, he did a great job against a stout my Seattle defense. When it came to just taking the next best thing, he wasn't always trying to make the big play at that moment, which was reflective in his stats, in the past weeks. But yeah, last week much more efficient. Taking his checkdowns, going through progressions, knowing when it's time to scoot, and putting his head down and helping his team move the ball. So. Uh, yeah, as much as it pains me to say it, I'm gonna have to agree with you, Diego. Something in my gut, man. Even though with both of these teams, you have uh, the sides of bad seasons, which are high draft picks. Jacksonville is loaded with a ton of talent. I think it's sort of coming together now. Uh, the Titans haven't drafted as well, and we can see the other side of that. So. But something in my gut, is telling me that Cam Ward's going to win one, and maybe the Titans won't have the last pick. So I'm going a similar score to you, Diego. I'm just going to copy you. Actually, I'm going to go 21-20 Tennessee Titans. I'm lame. Let's do it. Take it away, Rock.
Y'all are fucking insane. That's all I'm gonna say. Uh,
You
nah,
got to believe, man. You got to
nah,
dream.
hell nah. Jacksonville's winning 24-15. That's what I got going on here. I know Trevor Lawrence is part of that great, what was it, 2017, 2018 quarterback draft bust class. He's the only one really starting or having a job, but, they can replace him easily. They can find somebody to replace him. I would like Jacksonville a lot better if they had Cam Ward instead of Trevor Lawrence. These two quarterbacks deserve the other's team, in my opinion. But um, Tennessee is 30th to 32nd in every damn offensive stat. Um, they're tied with 27 sacks, so they're like 12th, 14th, 13th, whatever. They're tied with like two other teams in sacks.
Yeah,
Um,
their leading rusher was Cam Ward last game. I think
yeah,
all the backs were under two a carry, so
yeah, they
that's
don't have Calvin Ridley anymore. He's out. Tony Pollard at who? Um, yeah. What the hell y'all doing taking Tennessee?
all right, y'all. This week, tough defense for both teams. I'll just say my pick from the start. I got to go with Seattle. I think they're still one of the best teams in the NFL. Darnold had a really struggling game, against the Rams. Where he turned the ball over quite a bit, had an opportunity to turn it over quite a bit more, but he hasn't had a lot of turnover worthy plays. So I think if that's something he doesn't let get to him, you take a couple of those away, and Seattle's defense, even with those 4 turnovers, only allowed 21 points. So and that's ball in their territory. So uh, they can clean those up. Moving forward, I think they can maintain and still fight for the number one seed. Uh, they do have to finish with the Rams and Niners still at some point, but I'm going to stay Seattle. I think they're going to overcome Minnesota's defense and put up 30 points and to Minnesota's 21. Uh, Minnesota's quarterback situation, I'm being pretty generous because Seattle's let people crawl back in the games, score wise, taking the foot off the gas a little bit. So I'm being generous with their score, but their quarterback situation is horrible. I think it's Max Brosmer who's going to be starting. So if you've ever heard of him, good on you. You've done your research. You're better than me, but I do not know who that is. So uh,
Oh,
there's no tape though. There's no tape. So he's an undrafted guy, I believe. So um, hoping Seattle can put a lot of pressure on him, and kind of just put their lights out in Seattle. Take that away, Deegs.
Yeah, I mean, this is easy for me. This is Seattle, 31-17. It's not close. I'm not giving Minnesota anything on offense, man. Maybe it's better that they have Brosmer play. The reason I know who Brosmer is because of one college football game that I saw. He played for the Golden Gophers, Minnesota. Terrible then,
oh,
terrible now, bro. I'm gonna tell you right
Oh
now,
no.
Brosmer is bad. He makes McCarthy look like an MVP. Just letting you know that right now. Which, by the way, McCarthy's a bust. So overall, looking at everything, I don't gotta say no numbers. It comes down to quarterback play. Minnesota's awful with that. They have a rough time with that. They're wasting Justin Jefferson's prime years at this point. And yeah, I mean Seattle, they'll be fine. They're good. Like 9-3. That's definitely yeah. They got a good shot at winning the division still. So Seattle, there you go. Rock, close it out.
yeah. I'm taking Minnesota. I'm just kidding. I ain't taking Minnesota. I got
Do it.
Seattle winning 30-20. I didn't know that McCarthy, the bust himself, was out. I don't even know who the heck this other quarterback is. Uh, if he's good, if he wants to do something, throw to Justin Jefferson, man. Just if you want to try and succeed, throw it to Justin Jefferson. Otherwise, you're gonna have an angry wide receiver vet yelling at you the whole damn day. Um, hell, yeah. I'm done talking about it. BTA, Colin, go get your belt. Go get the belt, man. It's BTA right now.
Got it, man. I got it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
waiting for the game, dude. I'm
yeah,
waiting.
yeah. 30-20, Seattle. They're going 9-3. They're keeping that MC West division competitive. All right.
Okay, we got the 2-9 Las Vegas Raiders against the 7-4 Los Angeles Chargers in LA. Chargers are gonna win this 21-10. I feel like every week I'm dogging on the Raiders in some statistical fashion, and yeah, I don't want to. I don't want
Like I
to
don't have it
because
in me.
it's terrible, man. Just want to know that Gino's been sacked 41 times this year. Obviously, our special guest last week knows the pain of Stone Forsyth and that offensive line, which is not an offensive line. Max is
Uh,
having a decent year. Again, free that man for
Ram.
the Chargers. Yeah, maybe just feed Vidal more, for my fantasy team. That'd be cool. And other than that, Herbert is slowing down a little bit, but it doesn't matter. They're playing the Raiders. The Raiders they're a joke. So I'm gonna go with the Chargers, 21-10. DJ, take it away.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna have to agree. Chargers are gonna win this one. You know, Raiders have just been inefficient, unable to close out games, even the ones that where they kind of hung around. And I truly get the feeling where they had something going culture wise, and then they sort of gave up a certain amount of games into the season. That's sort of the vibe I get. The receivers struggle to separate. Geno Smith, has turned the ball over, way too many times, and made some boneheaded mistakes. And like you mentioned, he's been sacked that many times. So I truly believe it wouldn't really matter who you put back there. They're going to get smoked. And, same reason Ashton Genty probably isn't having a more successful year. He's getting hit behind the line of scrimmage a lot of those plays, more often than not. So I'm going to stick with the Chargers. Final score on that is 27-13. I think the Chargers will have a bit of a bounce back, because they're one of those teams that's kind of hanging around. Uh, we don't know how truly good they are or can be this year. So, all right. Any final thoughts on that, y'all?
Yeah, my whole prediction of this game. I got Chargers winning 22-15. Um, you know, it's battle of the two worst offensive lines in the league right now. One due to injury, one due to just terrible player management. I know Shaw, our special guest, was just saying, "Hey, can we start the rookies yet? We got two offensive line rookies that haven't played yet. Can we start them yet? Because I don't even know half the people starting on my starting five for this O line right now. Can we put the rookies in yet, Pete? Pete, can we put the rookies in, Pete? Other than that,
Yeah, I'm not sure Pete's obsession with Stone Forsyth either.
yeah,
I don't know what he saw that last year in Seattle, and he was like, he's
yeah,
ready now.
that guy, yeah, that guy right now, he can play left tackle for us.
But my fault,
But
Rock.
let's I want to see if Max Crosby is actually trying to be a great this game. Take over the game, Max. You playing against nobody on that O line. Take over the game. Prove to me why everyone says you're a top five edge rusher. I know you are. Prove it, man. Kill the Chargers. Get you two, three, four force fumble recoveries. Stop their offense. If you truly am, I know it's a lot to ask, but if you truly him, you could do it against his old line. But let's move on. We all know this is another BTA moment. Chargers, you got this. Let's. All right, guys. We got the fraud bowl right here. We got the 7-4 Buffalo Bills against the 6-5 Pittsburgh Steelers. Two promising teams that have been nothing but disappointing for the last couple of weeks. Um, One is just due to honestly, they're both just due to piss poor coaching. I have not liked how either of these teams have been coached lately. The schemes have looked terrible lately. Buffalo, you need to hand the ball off to James Cook more. Pittsburgh, you gotta figure it out on defense. We gotta fire this coordinator. We gotta get that identity back because it's not there. At least coaching wise, I think we got the players. We don't got the coaches, which is crazy for me to say. I've been a big fan of Tomlin for a long time, but his standard, his way has fallen off a freaking cliff to its depth. Uh, Anyways, I'm still going down with the sinking ship. I'm still picking Pittsburgh over Buffalo. I think TJ Watt can have a crazy game against this Bills O line if he decides he wants to play today. Um, Getting into the points per games and all that, Buffalo is sixth with 28.3, while Pittsburgh is 12th with 24.9. For passing yards, Buffalo is 12th with 251, while Pittsburgh is 25th with 207. Uh, Honestly, rushing yards, mostly because of Josh Allen and a little bit of James Cook sprinkled in. Bills are first with 147.3, with the Pittsburgh being at 27th with 97. For sacks, Bills are 15th with 26. Pittsburgh is 5th with 34. For interceptions, Bills are 18th with 7th, and Pittsburgh is 14th with 9. I'm still taking Pittsburgh winning 24-21 because I ain't going against my team no matter how much I'm pissed off at them. Anyways, CJ, what you think, man?
Yeah, man, I gotta disagree. I gotta go with the Bills. I could get the belt out right now, but I don't think it'll be that much of a weapon. I feel like the Steelers, always kind of hang in there. So my final score is going to be 27-20. Um, I expect the Steelers defense, as you said, TJ Watt, be able to get some pressure on Allen. So it's going to be their ability, who they have as a spy, uh, and really, really how they cover and get pressure on him quickly. You can't let Josh Allen extend these plays, even though it's almost impossible. You're going to have to figure out some way to contain him. and make him make quick decisions. But uh, overall, I'm just gonna stick with the Bills. Uh, yeah, any final thoughts on that? Yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead, Diego. My bad.
No,
You're like,
no,
yeah, I
you're
got
good.
something to say too.
uh,
I did that twice now.
no, you're good. Real quick is again, right tackle Spencer Brown is doubtful. He's not gonna play. Doubtful, definitely 100% not gonna play. Um, yeah, their offense I could talk about all day. Defensive wise, passing yards, they are first in passing yards allowed for Buffalo, so good on them. But their run defense is the worst, or honestly, like top three worst run defenses in the league. And this is a team that's 7-4. Um, I'm just saying they have a terrible run defense. They allow 5.3 yards per carry. Just letting you know. Awful. James Cook though, he's cracked 1,000 yards rushing. Good for him. Pittsburgh, Derek Harmon's out. Broderick Jones is out. Um, I could talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers defense, which I don't want to. I know they're good. I don't want to get annoyed by it. I don't like to see it, but they are. It's the Steelers. They are. They are actually fourth in passing touchdowns or ninth in passing touchdowns. Excuse me. Um, and they are pretty good on the run defense. The only thing is their fourth down defense is 31st in the league. But overall, looking at it, because I know that this can go either way, I'm not gonna pick the Steelers. I'm gonna pick the Bills, 24-17. But can I see the Steelers winning this? Unfortunately, I have to say yes, because the Bills are frauds for sure, and I don't
Like
think
I
that
said,
team
fraud
is,
bowl, man.
you know,
Fraud
yeah,
bowl.
yeah,
Who's the bigger fraud?
yeah. But for the North lead, I gotta say
Yeah.
Pittsburgh
Hey, I
Leaders.
get it. I get it. I gotta go down with my sinking ship, man. It pains me to say that I see Baltimore about to take the North when we had such a fat lead, but it pains me. I'm
Yeah.
seeing a sinking ship, and call me the captain of the Titanic, man.
All right, let's close these two games out. Okay, we got a Sunday night football matchup that I don't think should be Sunday night, but whatever. It's the 9-2 Denver Broncos against the 3-8 Washington Commanders. Denver's defense is elite. It's definitely historic wise right now. They're first in sacks for a reason. They got a lot of great pass rushers. They got a great secondary. They got a great everything. They're complete on it. Great offensive line. Offensively, a little bit struggling. I don't really think they'll struggle against Washington, though. Washington, they do have Jaden Daniels back, and not so scary Terry will be playing probably. Yeah, they are 29th in passing yards allowed. That's why I think Bo Nix will be better this game. And yeah, I mean, my final thoughts on that 21-14. I got Denver. I think Washington will be a little scrappy, but I don't see Washington win this game. Still eyeing that milestone of tackles for Bobby Wagner. That's the only reason I would observe Washington. So, CJ, what you got?
Yeah, man, he's getting closer to that number one spot, every single week. He's still super efficient. I'm gonna have to agree though. I'm gonna go Broncos. Uh, Overall, when I watch Washington play with their veterans, uh, they really have a slow, sluggish look to them. They seem like they kind of gas out, part way into the game. And it causes them to, fumble the bag at the end of these matchups. So I'm going to stick true with Denver. They've been good on offense, then shoddy at offense at times. So they're going to rely on their defense, and I'm unsure of the decision. Letting Daniels go. I'm sure people's jobs are on the line. So they're like, get him out there so we don't get fired. But. Uh, that injury looked pretty bad, so hopefully he's good to go and they can compete. But my final score on that game is 24-21 Broncos.
Dang, Colin, take the words out of my mouth, man. I got the same exact score, the
There
same
we
exact
go.
team. Yeah. Um, we got a young spry team against the retirement home of the NFL right now. Points per games, Broncos are 17th with 23.4. Commanders are 23rd with 21.5. So, like 2 point difference in the games. Broncos are 21st passing with 220, where the Commanders are 26 with 201. Broncos are 12th in rushing with 122, where the Commanders are 5th with 138. Broncos are first in the defensive sacks, 49, which is insane. They're one away from 50 already. While the Commanders are at half of that with 25, and that ranks them 19th in the league. Broncos are 21st in the league for picks with six of them, while the Commanders are 29th with five. So one pick difference between these teams. Commanders' keys to victories, if they do win this, is they run the ball a lot and they just limit turnovers. Um, Broncos, just Bo Nix, don't overthrow it. Like just control yourself, throw it to Cortland Sutton. Stop trying to force feed it to your Oregon teammate, man. Uh, but I could easily see the Broncos winning. It could be BTA, especially with a rusty Jaden Daniels coming back in. But 24-21, Denver's gone to 10-2, which is gross to say.
Close it out.
Last game. All right, y'all. For the last game of the week, we got the 2-10 New York Giants, and then the 10-2 New England Patriots. I don't think many people saw New England doing that well. And Drake May improving this much, but I feel like this is an obvious choice, so I'm going to make it short. I'm just going to stick with the Patriots. I think they're going to pull it off 27-13. New York with their injuries, it's really hampered them, their ability to move the ball on offense, going back to Tyrone Tracy from Scatabo, uh, going back to Wandale Robinson from, Malik Neighbors. Those are great players, but, you need your stars. And Jackson Dart, struggling with some injuries, based on the way, he plays a bit reckless. So, I hope it's a close game. I hope even the Giants win just because it would be entertaining. But, I got to stick with the obvious choice here in the Patriots. Go ahead and take that away, Rock.
Yeah, man. I got the Patriots winning 27-22. Just looking at the points per game for both of these teams throughout the year. Um, it's really hard for me not to take the upset chance of the Giants, playing spoiler. But at the end of the day, they're still banged up. It sucks to be a Giant fan when your team's the first out of playoff contention, when there's literally a 1-10 team and multiple other 2-9 teams throughout the league right now. So, that's just the universe saying, hey, man, screw you. Um, Points per game wise, the Giants are actually 14th with 22, while the Patriots are fifth with 26. Passing yards, the Giants are actually sixth with 237, while the Patriots are first with 261. Just to shows how good Drake May's been. Um, Rushing yards, the Giants are actually seventh with 124, with the Patriots being 11th with 112. For sacks, the Giants are 16th with 26, and the Patriots are 18th with 25. For interceptions, the Giants are 26th with 5, and the Patriots are 16th with 8. So, honestly, if Jameis doesn't have that late game turnover or the couple of stupid mistakes he had, this could be a lot closer game than we all expect it to be. It could even result in the Giants win if Jameis just doesn't turn the ball over in the key moments. But Deeks, take us away, man. Let's wrap up this video.
Yeah. So starting with New England real quick, they are out. They do have Will Campbell. He'll be out. Their left guard will be out. So their whole left side of their line will be injured. And yeah, I mean, I can look at the stats all I want. They have a really really good disciplined football team. Mike Vrabel has done a great job there building that Patriot football team again. Sadly, but it's happening. The only bad thing, they're 32nd in red zone defense. Drake May has been sacked 37 times. The Giants, yeah, they have a lot of injuries. And, you know, it's not awesome in terms of their run defense, absolutely. But when I look at it, they've been playing teams tough. They've been playing the Packers. They've been playing the Lions. They could have won both those games, honestly. Obviously, Jameis is a guy that loves to dot it up, but then he makes a couple mistakes here and there, and it cost him. And I definitely wanted to pick the Pats, um, but I'm going to pick the Giants. I have it on. I have it here on the scoreboard. I was about to be like, I'll just scratch it and do that, but that would be cheating. I'm not doing that. So I'm going to stay with the Giants, 20-17, and I got an upset here. I think it might be a Pats humble pie type of game. So we'll see. But anyway, if no one else has any final thoughts, just want to say happy Thanksgiving. I hope you guys, be with
Happy
your
Thanksgiving,
families.
everyone.
Yeah,
Happy
yeah,
Thanksgiving.
enjoy that
Yeah,
football.
eat the food. Tell your families you love them. Play with the family dogs. Whatever you got to do. But
When you're back on football games, all that stuff, no torn ACLs. Everybody, stay safe out there. No sliding around in the mud and all that. But let's remember to hit that noti bill, that subscribe button, that like button, and comment. Let us know your scores. Welcome CJ back. I know it's been a while since you've been back, but welcome my
good to be
third.
back.
Good to be
Yep.
back. You know, and then yeah, good luck to your teams, unless you're the Bengals, Browns, and Ravens.
All right, we'll see you all next week. Hands in. We got to do it. Bring it
Oh,
back.
it's been a minute. It's been a
Oh,
minute.
all
Yeah.
right. Idiots on me. Idiots on three. 1, 2, 3. Idiots.
Idiots.
Let's go. All right. See y'all
Idiots.
next week. Pow.